Hi Rush Nation, welcome to Rush TV. I'm Daniella Ponticelli and today we're outside along the beautiful Meewasin Trail in downtown Saskatoon. On today's show we get up close with the players at training camp before heading behind the scenes of Rush Media Day. Now it has been a busy holiday season for the Saskatchewan Rush, starting with training camp in Toronto before a preseason game December 1st.
It was a rough start for the Rush, trailing the Toronto Rock 10-4 at the half with added penalty trouble. But into the third quarter, momentum swings our way. Ben McIntosh gets the Rush back in it with an assist from Saskatoon's Gould. Now the Rush on their first power play of the game. Mark Matthews over the shoulder to Jeff Shattler makes it look so easy. Rush now cashing in. McIntosh with his second. Rush now trail by 4. Starting the fourth, another Rock penalty makes it a Rush power play, and Curtis Knight strikes again, followed by McIntosh scoring his third of the night. Now within 2, the Rush on another power play, making it 4 for McIntosh. Jeff Shattler with the assist on that one. Still on the power play, we've seen this before. Matthews over the shoulder to Shattler for a repeat goal. Game is now tied at 11. The Rock answer, then the Rush. Good night. That's a hat trick for Curtis Knight. Less than 10 seconds left. Both teams battle for the winning goal. The game ends tied at 12.
A week later, the players arrived in Saskatoon for their second weekend of training camp. This year, there were 2 Saskatchewan boys out to prove their worth for the Rush. We caught up with one of our local lacrosse heroes before his preseason home game. I'm joined right now by Gould. He's from Saskatoon and came up with the Saskatchewan SWAT Junior A program. Zach, take us back to that moment when you found out that you had just been selected for the National Lacrosse League entry draft.
I wasn't really expecting it. I actually was out for a run and then I came back pretty late, so I wasn't really following the draft. And then it's actually my parents were at home and said, you just got drafted. They were following on Twitter, and it was just kind of shocking off for me. I wasn't really expecting it and didn't really seep in for a while, but yeah, it was an unbelievable experience.
Well, we know that the Saskatchewan SWAT are just so incredibly proud of you, Zach, but how has the response been since the news of the draft?
It's been unbelievable, like from old past teammates and from everybody at the SWAT family, and everybody in Saskatoon has been pouring out how proud they are of me, and just it's unbelievable.
You have Rush Nation right behind you every step of the way, but I mean, training, of course, you have to really ramp that up. How has that been going, and are you ready for training camp?
I'm absolutely ready, yeah. We'll see when I get there. Obviously the pace is going to be a bit higher and the skill level is going to be a bit higher, but I've been training and been lots of weightlifting, lots of cardio. Obviously we don't have much time from training camp to the season to get ready, and that's one thing that Coach Keenan emphasized to me was to come ready, physically and cardio ready, so that's what I've been focusing on.
The other part of training camp is you get to train alongside some of the best lacrosse players in the world, including the National Lacrosse League MVP, Mark Matthews. What are you going to take from that experience?
I'm just going to take it all in. Everything that they have to tell me or teach me, I'm just going to be open book. Everybody, especially in Mark Matthews and Ryan Keenan, who are on my side, and Jeff Shattler, I'm just going to soak it all in from them from that position and just learn everything I can from those guys.
What advice do you have for anyone, any player who's hoping to one day be drafted by a professional team?
Just want to keep your stick in your hand. Lacrosse is just one of those sports where you can't just leave it for 6 months, 7 months while you're doing other stuff. It's got to be a constant grind and everything for them, and just listen to the people above you and go to practice and stuff like that.
Definitely an outstanding team, a lot of great energy, great defensive corp, watching the offense move the ball, it's tremendous. Always a great game playing against Calgary. They'll have a strong team, and similar to us, players trying to earn a spot on the team. I think there'll be a lot of great transitions, some great offense, great defense, and it should be a good game.
Got the news on Thursday night that I was traded, and I couldn't have been more excited. My brother gave me a call right away, and he's telling me all the little intricacies of the team. Just an exciting atmosphere. I was there for the very first Rush home game on the Stealth playing against the Rush, and it was awesome just from that point on. It's just grown since then.
1, 2, 3, Rush!
It's been 7 years since Travis Cornwall and his brother Jeff have played together on the same team. Jeff, who is currently on the Rush protected player list, is taking the season off to attend firefighter school in Burnaby, British Columbia. We wish him all the best. Now, after that closed practice, there was no time for rest for players and fans who woke up early for an open practice on Co-op Field at Saskatoon Centre.
We like to go to the games, but it's a little loud for him right now, I think, so we just wanted to bring him to practice and so he gets to watch it. Come on.
We started off right at the get-go and we're hooked. We were the very first couple to go on the kiss cam. Hey.
We follow them and we really care about them and just have so much respect for the sport itself. Yeah. So
and their talent, like what athletes.
Amazing athletes.
Amazing athletes.
Yeah.
He's going to go down, CO, ball comes back up top, and we look for the inside.
I'm actually from Melfort. Being that there's a practice today, I'm like, man, gets hyped for the season, so I'm excited. Another season, hopefully another championship.
Basically, it's almost a switch situation where that high guy comes out and doesn't like.
Well, with the loss of Jeff Cornwall for the season, I'm looking forward to having Travis out there, the older brother. That'll be fun. And of course, Mark Matthews. I'm always excited to watch him play. Interested to see what our 5th overall draft pick will do.
Here we look for that inside. If it's not there, if nothing's in there, we kick in here.
Pick up things for your practices too?
Yeah.
I live in Saskatoon now, so I call Saskatchewan home.
Gotta hold it tight.
Rush are the best team in the league, so I'm excited about sharing my first Rush game with him.
Win or lose, it's just great to just come in and watch them because the fans are great and it's just a great environment.
You don't need to know anything, you just come and watch and you'll learn while you watch the game.
How many games do you think you've been to?
26.
I don't think it's that much, but we'll go with it. Are you a big fan?
Yep.
Are you the biggest fan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brothers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Now for the big night, a chance for some players to step out for the first time on Co-op Field at Saskatoon Centre in front of Rush Nation. Here's the highlights.
A preseason battle of the prairies, and Saskatchewan strikes first. On the power play, Ryan Keenan to Mark Matthews, Jeff Shatler smashes it in. But on Calgary's next possession, we're all tied up. A little back and forth with Dinsdale before Mark Matthews fires one in. We start the second tied at 2. Defense holding strong on both sides, but there's no stopping Shatler. Puts away his second, followed by his 3rd of the night. Roughnecks collect one more, but Ryan Keenan finds Matthews and boom! All right, watch this. 12 seconds left in the second. Rush captain Chris Corbeil scoops a Lucy and drives it in. Rush lead 6-5 into the 3rd. Roughnecks open scoring, but it's the return of the Mac. Ben McIntosh buries his first with help from drafty Ryan McLean, and he's on a roll. McIntosh again. 52 seconds left in the 3rd. McIntosh with a dunk shot from behind the net for his 3rd in the 3rd. Rush lead by 4 into the 4th. Calgary still finding answers, but that's interrupted by a penalty shot awarded to Marty Dinsdale, who delivers. Still early in the 4th, Keenan fires a rocket at the Calgary goal, but it goes uncalled.
After video review, the ball clearly crosses the line. We got a good goal.
Back to business for Keenan, serving back-to-back power play goals for a hat trick. Not enough, though. Keenan putting away 2 more. But the grand finale belongs to a hometown hero. Rush drafty Zach Gould scoring for the first time in his NLL career in front of friends and family. A standing O to seal the moment. The Rush win this round with the Roughnecks 17-11.
Wow, what a game. That moment when Zach Gould scored the final shot and the crowd just went wild still gives me chills. Now, there's no bad seat in the house, but there is one spot few fans will ever get to watch from, and that's right between the benches. It's exactly where Rush TV settled in to catch the preseason game, and here's a few of our favorite moments.
Setting the crossbit. Wait till the right he turns out, and then go set the crossbit.
Yeah, that's the play, yeah. After video review, the ball clearly crosses the line. We got a good goal.
For 6. You didn't get to the bench 5 times.
Still to come.
It's definitely important to get out in the community.
The Rush make a special visit to the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center, how you can help at the next home game. Plus,
it makes you feel like a big boy for sure.
Things get a little strange when the Rush take over Media Day.
We come from a unique place where Lake Country could be your own backyard or hundreds of miles away. There's urban, suburban, country, proud. We are unique, and our networks are too. Built, owned, and operated with pride. These are your networks, Saskatchewan. We built something amazing, and 6 years of awards prove it. Over the next year, SaskTel is investing over $300 million into your networks to keep connecting you to what matters most.
Some traditions are universal, like dreaming of the road ahead, the joy of arriving at your destination, and remembering the people you shared those moments with. We make sure those memories are clear, because no matter where life may take you, Glassmasters is part of your journey.
Welcome back to Rush TV, and thank you to everyone who came out for the Santa Claus Parade. It was a fantastic day in downtown Saskatoon. While most of our players don't live in the city, when they are in town, they take the time to make a difference. Recently, we stopped by the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center to help out during the busy holiday season.
holiday season is obviously very busy at the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Centre. You know, we are feeding about 20,000 people a month now, and so of course we're looking to stock our shelves this holiday season. We love it when we get to partner up with Saskatchewan Rush. You know, each year our relationship with the Rush gets to be greater and greater, and they've been a huge help to our organization.
It's definitely important to get out in the community, especially this time of year around the holiday season, and help out. We're in this community so much. They've welcomed us with open arms, so to come here and help and do our part, it's definitely a good feeling.
We're really, you know, looking at the reasons why folks are using food banks. Of those 20,000 people that we see each month, you know, around 45% of those requests are made on behalf of children. That's not acceptable. We're always talking about the most nutritious food possible, so anything that packs a great nutrition punch, canned protein, canned vegetables, hearty soups and stews. So the kinds of things that we always say that are going to feed people's good health. So what can last a long time in folks' bellies, and what will make the biggest difference in their health.
Great to see behind the scenes the effort that people are putting in and the work that people are doing to help those less fortunate in the community. We've been a part of the community now for, I think this is coming up on our 4th season. So we feel a part of it, and even though we're not here as often as we would like to be, when we are here, we like doing stuff like this and helping out. I always tell people one of the best things about our move to Saskatoon is just that sense of community that you feel when you get here and you arrive. And the people here really are, they're givers, and it's amazing to be a part of that, and those are our fans, and that's Rush Nation. We're very thankful and grateful for this amazing city that we get to play in.
Awesome.
Rush Nation, here's how you can help the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Centre. Simply bring a non-perishable food item or make a monetary donation during the Rush Home Opener on January 5th. Together, we can help them restock the shelves for 2019. Now, every year during training camp, the players face another challenge, getting in front of the camera for photos and videos. Here's a look behind the scenes of Rush Media Day.
Yeah, there it is.
We were actually just talking about it. It's a little bit different than picture day. It makes you feel like a big boy for sure.
It's definitely different. It was cool. It was wild. Smoked. Lots of fun.
No, I don't like the camera on me.
You don't like the camera?
Definitely have to practice more. I got to practice some moves, maybe a couple trademark things. But yeah, I kept it pretty generic. Didn't really have any specialties, but I got to work on that next time. Let's see how the zone.
You make me look good. I am.
Who is the biggest diva when it comes to Media Day?
Who else? Matthews.
Am I right? Am I right?
It's hurting my ears.
Still to come, a look at the expansion San Diego Seals, who are headed to Saskatchewan for the Rush Home Opener. And later,
lacrosse was everything to him.
he gave voice to the Rush and helped grow lacrosse in Saskatchewan. A look at the incredible legacy of Casey Garin.
There are names here that go way back, building this community, generation after generation. We are Mosaic, and we add our name to theirs to tell a story of innovation, of sustainability, of strength. Day after day, our commitment reflects our employees' efforts to create a legacy we can all share. Together, we can see tomorrow from here.
Imagine there I was eating lunch when suddenly I get this shooting pain. Turns out I needed a root canal. Thankfully, Blue Cross had my back.
If you're retired, self-employed, or don't have group insurance, you can count on Blue Cross. We provide coverage for many medical expenses that may not be fully covered by your provincial healthcare plan, like dental, prescription drugs, vision, registered therapists, and more. Visit our website or contact your insurance broker.
That was a look at our beautiful Rush Christmas tree during the Festival of Trees at the Western Development Museum in Saskatoon. As the holiday season winds down, we're just ramping up. The Saskatchewan Rush home opener is January 5th, featuring a special banner-raising ceremony for our champions. It'll also be the first time you get to see the new expansion San Diego Seals come to shore in Saskatchewan.
San Diego Seals in their first ever NLL game taking on the Colorado Mammoth. There's Jeremy Noble with the first goal of the second quarter as thousands of teddy bears rain down on the field here inside the Pepsi Center. Dan Dawson inside feed. Connor Kiernan with a second National Lacrosse League goal. The San Diego Seals were on the run, but there's Joey Lightning Capito, 2018 Transition Player of the Year, getting the Mammoth back into this game at the third quarter. Let's introduce you to Austin Stotts. He gets the ball on the far side, pump fake, gets inside, beats Dylan Ward, who didn't last the quarter. Stotts was the first star of the game with 9 points. There's Taylor Stewart, an offensive goal in transition, but the Mammoth wouldn't get much closer than that, even when Eli McLaughlin got his hat trick goal, diving across the far side to beat Giuliano. But it was all Austin Stotts as the San Diego Seals' #1 overall pick really put his full game on display. Inside out, bodying his way through Joey Capito, beats Dylan Ward, and beats Steve Fryer on a consistent basis. He had 9 points, he was your first star. Seals win their first ever NLL game, 17-12 from Denver.
The championship banner will be raised to the roof of SaskTel Center Saturday, January 5th. Be a part of the Saskatchewan Rush home opener celebration with special guests, the Hunter Brothers. Tickets at saskrush.com.
As we spend this time of year with our loved ones, the Saskatchewan Rush would like to honor a special member of our team family. Casey Garin was more than just a color commentator. He was a passionate advocate for lacrosse who became a pillar in our community. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to his.
Keenan shot, he scores!
What makes a great goal?
Keenan shot, he scores!
Did you see it?
The presence of mind from Chris Corbeil to muck that ball and wait until they can turn the shot clock off, get your 6-on-5 out there, and set up for last shot. That's elite level.
Casey Garin grew up with lacrosse. A driven young athlete from Peterborough, Ontario, he chased his playing dreams to British Columbia. But at 21, Garin was diagnosed with a rare condition where a duct in his chest spontaneously erupts, causing fluid to leak onto his lungs.
It feels like you've just been running as fast as you can for as long as you can, and then you stop, except most of the time then you catch your breath. And here you just don't catch your breath.
Garin was on track to follow his brother and father and one day play in the National Lacrosse League. As his playing career ended, Garin moved to Saskatoon for work and soon found other ways to stay close to the game.
Wow, that's just a nice individual effort there by Ben McIntosh.
And you could not have a better color commentator.
He was perfect. He was prepared. He knew his role. He knew the sport. He knew how to bring it to the people.
I mean, that's a beauty goal.
Also a dedicated coach, Garin's passion for lacrosse was picked up on the mic.
Lacrosse was everything to him. Absolutely selfless guy. You know, he was the kind of guy that if a fan had a question, he was going to answer it. He didn't care how many hours he was going to spend. Growing the game was critical to him.
But while getting ready for the Saskatchewan Rush inaugural season, his symptoms came back.
He wasn't allowed out of the hospital except to do the games. He was in such poor shape that they wanted him to stay in the hospital the entire time. But he said, I'm getting out. I'm getting out no matter what.
With an oxygen tank in hand, Garin would climb 5 flights of stairs to get to the broadcast booth at SaskTel Center.
The games that I missed, I physically couldn't get up and walk.
Garin's condition worsened. In April 2016, he went to a specialist in Philadelphia, who patched his thoracic duct with medical glue. Garin came back stronger.
Until they kicked me out, I guess.
Casey had always said to me, if I could ever be healthy doing a game, we'd just kill it. And that was the first game I think we ever did. He was fully healthy, and it's still the best broadcast I've ever done.
Casey, this has been one of the best games of the season so far.
It's been a good one.
Hey Casey, stay strong. We're thinking about you, brother.
Hey Casey, it's Corbs. Just wanted to reach out, let you know that all the Rush players are thinking of you.
It's Brett here. Me and the rest of the Rush family are behind you and we're with you. Stay strong and get well soon.
2 years after surgery, Garin was hospitalized. The duct had burst again. His final broadcast wouldn't be for the Rush, but for the young players he helped develop.
I think it's very appropriate to call this the biggest game in Junior A SWAT history.
Well, it is. This is the first year that the SWAT are competing really at a realistic level.
He'd be so proud. First couple of years of Junior B together, and when I first met him, you know, that was our goal.
Together, Garin and Randy Troback transformed the Saskatchewan SWAT lacrosse program, building from Junior B to Junior A, and opening doors for aspiring players.
Push through. That's what it's going to take. He was a driven coach, always trying to push the players to the next level, and that's part of our program. That was all Casey.
In the first year of Junior A SWAT, Garin helped guide the team to a playoff berth, a stellar accomplishment to end his coaching career.
You know, we spent many road trips together on the bus and sat in the Kinsman Arena and talked until wee hours in the morning. We had a close relationship, and I'm really going to miss him.
After a number of surgeries over 3 months in Philadelphia, Casey Garin died September 21st, 2018.
Well, I'm a guy who believes in low to high. A guy like Zach Gould especially, who's got that underhand, who can raise that. That's the kind of shot that worked here today.
4 days later, the Saskatchewan Rush select former SWAT player Zach Gould in the National Lacrosse League entry draft.
It was just very good to have a coach like him with just superior knowledge of the game and kind of a gritty, hard attitude to get you into playing junior coming out of midget.
In his first home game in front of friends, family, and former coaches, Gould scores his first NLL goal, sealing his place on the Rush practice roster for the 2019 season.
He was just so proud of me and the player that I become, and through his broadcasts that I've listened to and stuff, he was always super proud of me, and it was just great to have that.
It's a moment Garin would have described perfectly, as he always did, when it was a great goal.
The Saskatchewan Rush send their love and support to the Garin family and to all who knew Casey. Thank you for watching this episode. We leave you now with the sights and sounds of Rush Game Day in Saskatoon. Until next time, I'm Daniella Ponticelli for Rush TV.